Here he comes. Woo.
So Gideon hurt his foot. So rather than walking from the house,
Frankenstein! He was like, I want to be out here for this.
all right, everybody, welcome back for part 2 of getting the long block put together. That first part got a little bit long on the video, so we decided to make it a two-parter. We got everything put together on the top end except for basically our timing. We have the throttle bodies on there. We've got the seals in our cams. We've got the oil pump, the water pump.
Still need to get on the timing belt.
Yep, that's our next job here is going to be putting the timing system on the EJ257. So we're going to go ahead and get started with it. We've got a couple things that we've already done in preparation. The tensioner, we've already put it in the vise and we've run the cycle of bleeding out the air from shipping. So that one's all set and ready to go. We got our tools back out for the cam gears.
They have risen again, and they're just a little dusty.
Yeah. So one of the weirdest things with these Subarus is this ridiculous torque to angle stuff. So we did it on the heads, which you saw in the first video. Now we're going to do it again on the cam gears. I don't understand why they can't just go with a simple torque down to 54 foot-pounds. No, they have you going down to 21.8 and then turn another 45 degrees.
Which is a pretty low pound.
It is. It just doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? We're following the directions that are given by Subaru. They must have done it for some reason, so we'll do what they ask. All right, so we're gonna get back to it now. We just had to go outside and put all of our baby goats back in because they climbed under the fence. We just separated them from their moms today, so we're trying to wean them out. They get out a lot. So we're gonna get back to it. Next, what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna get the timing cams set to the orientation that they need to be in. There's a certain way of turning these so that we don't bump the valve heads. So we're gonna get it in place, we'll lock it in, and then we'll get the timing belt on there, and then we'll put this last pulley on down here, and then tighten it in before we release the pin.
I thought it was already time for this.
Not yet.
Okay.
So we've got the timing lined up the redneck way. We'll just loop the belt around here and get it on there so that it's in the right way, and we'll start looping the belt through the right path.
And my dad was like strangling, trying to get the bottom one.
Yeah, those are tough. When you're fighting against all those lifter springs in there, those are tough to turn with a single hand. So we'll go ahead and get the belt routed on it now. All right, so let's look here. We've got the single mark with the single mark. Got the single mark.
With a single mark.
Single mark. We've got the dotted mark with the crank pulley lined up on the crank pulley. We've got the single solid line with a single mark on that.
Can I release it?
Yes, you can.
Gosh. Okay, I'll put those on.
There we go. Okay, and then over here, again with a single mark and the solid. So we are all set here, except for the tensioner pin
Dad's
right
not.
here.
Dad's not single mark with a single mark. It's double mark with a single mark. Cause double mark.
Uh-huh. Okay. You're confusing me, kid.
That's my job.
Have you pull the pin. Pull that pin right out of there.
Does anybody have a forklift?
Okay.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
your turn.
My turn.
Was it hard?
Enough. Lift up on it a little bit, so it's on there. Okay. So we spent the last 2 or 3 days putting heat wrap on the headers. It's a little time consuming. I had to wait for another roll of heat wrap to come because I didn't size my stuff out real well, so there was a little bit of waste. So over here, you can see the header with the heat wrap on. I think I got it pretty good. The only part that was difficult is the second wrap on this heavier section here. It's a little loose, but I did bring the wrap way up here on a lot of these, so it's more of a second wrap versus a tight wrap on the first one. I did my up pipe. That one turned out really good. So we're gonna go ahead and get the header on there and the up pipe so that we can make sure that we're fitting the turbo before we get it on the car. Then we'll take the turbo back off before we set the engine in the car.
Bum, bum, bum.
Let's see how this turbo fits.
Hopefully it fits perfectly.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
Instead of we need to get in for the new parts stuff.
Well, this would be a very expensive part to have to reorder.
Should I maybe not be in here for this?
Maybe.
There we go.
It fits, Mom. Woo.
Alright. It does fit on there.
Gan's gonna be angry because he doesn't get to see the turbo
I'm
get
gonna have
put
to go
on.
get him. Like, Dad should be fussing.
Well, that's what teenagers would do, and Dad's not a teenager.
Come on, get a picture of his face. Look how happy he is.
Dad, woo! He's so happy. Here he goes. Woo!
So Gideon hurt his foot. So rather than walking from the house,
Frankenstein! He was like, I want to be out here for this.
Miss.
Alright.
Yeah, let's go put you in your coffin, Frankenstein.
Header on.
Yeah.
The up pipe is on the back here.
You put it on the turbo.
Okay, stand up. Okay, so we got the up pipe, so this is where the turbo sits. You ready? See what it looks like?
Still don't know if it fits though.
Oh, Dad make it so that'll fit.
Yeah, I'll make it so it fits.
You turbo better fit or I'll
There we go.
suck you down the trash cup.
Turbo on the engine. What do you think?
Awesome. That all you need to do is just take this off.
Yeah.
First we need to bolt it on.
Then, inlet pipe.
Goes.
Take that off of there. Inlet pipe goes on here. And then intake manifold goes on top of here. Like that. It'll all be like that. And once we get it in there, the air box will go on here. Get all the rest of the hoses put on and attached on here.
This is awesome.
It's gonna be great, isn't it? There you
We're
go.
gonna have our
That's
first
what it's
turbo
gonna be
car.
looking like.
This is going to be our first turbo car.
It
And
is.
take it to the drag strip.
It'll be awesome. We just got back from the Subaru dealership. We had to get a couple of pieces that did not come with any of the kits. So some of the 90-degree elbows for the oil cooler. And then I had to get a little bit thicker up pipe gasket because the turbo was a little bit too close to the throttle position sensor for my liking, so I doubled it up, and so hopefully that'll take it off of it by at least 1/8 of an inch.
And a rubber tube.
Yep, this is so that the oil from the turbo drops back down into the pan, and looks like that's about it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and get the oil cooler hooked up and torqued down to the right spec. Right now we've got the piping in place. All I have to do is just tighten it down. We got a 90-degree for this spot, and then up underneath here in this spot as well.
When I came out here, I didn't see these on.
Yep, we got those on just recently as well. Hooked in our O2 sensor. And then basically been just getting things picked away at to try to get ready. As long as this gasket is going to work to get the turbo back far enough, we'll probably try to put this engine in today. So hopefully that'll work.
And we got this on for this over here, our engine jack.
Yeah. So we got the engine bay pretty much ready. I do need to take these hoses off and clean them out. It looks like a mud wasp got in them and clogged them up. So we'll take those off and clean them up real quick. And then we'll have to get under the car. We'll probably drop the car back down. We're going to go ahead and at least put the down pipe in place. And then we'll get the jack up underneath the transmission so we can get these wood blocks out. And then we should be ready to cut loose the ties and get the engine slipped in there. I think we've got the engine pretty much ready to go in the car now. We got the timings all on, covers, everything. Got the balancer on just loosely. We'll put a impact on that and tighten it up in a little bit later. We have headers are on. Got all the cooling lines are all hooked up now. We have our chain hooked up and ready to go. We mocked up the turbo and made sure that we're good to go on that. So when we get ready to put that on there, we know it's going to fit right. We are doing away with the larger bracket that was there. This one here. That one goes right here. However, it was pushing our turbo out of alignment and making it so that it was pushing up against our throttle position sensor. So once we took this off, being that it doesn't have the heavy weight of the cast manifolds and the downpipe is just a catless downpipe by NVIDIA, very, very light compared to all of this mess.
The jump pile.
Yeah, so that should make it a lot easier to carry with this one smaller bracket right here. We did put it up on there. It fits great. Gives us about a 1/4 inch of clearance between the turbo compressor housing and the throttle position sensor. So we're gonna go ahead and lift this bad boy up and see if we can't get it slid into the car.
There we go.
The moment of truth.
There we go. It's almost there.
Do you need to push this?
Just watch that side, dear bro. How's it looking behind?
Stop. We're hitting the hose.
This way, this way. Excuse me.
Goodness. How long we waited for this moment.
The long moment we've been waiting for all these weeks and months.
Do I hold that out?
Yeah. Put this back here. Okay, got it?
The whole team is here. It's almost lined up with
Almost there. Okay, so see these posts down here?
Yeah.
They have to go in that hole and in
Oh, that goes
hole.
that deep? I thought it was these holes right here.
No.
So these holes right here,
The bottom ones.
the very bottom ones.
Yep.
Go, Daddy!
Oh, there it is.
Touchdown!
We should get fireworks.
It lined up.
It's in.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
It's on!
I thought it was oil and that stuff.
Colors. So if you're just now watching the engine that the kids and Nathan have been rebuilding for, I don't quite remember how many months now, has just been put back into, what's the car's name?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
The tomato wagon.
Okay.
It's all the way in. No jack. No nothing.
There you go. Just need to tighten down the motor mounts. Take that off.
Chain comes right off.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. There you go, guys. It's all in the car. It's holding up pretty good.
Huh?
It's holding up pretty good. I was scared that it wouldn't.
Okay, so we got the engine in the car now. As you can see, we've already started on a couple of the next video's items. We got the turbo on, we got the downpipe all hooked up. We also are waiting for some parts. So we can't keep going with everything until we get those parts in from Subaru. One of the things that we're doing is this coolant and air line here. For the kit that we got, they only make a dress-up kit for the Legacy GT. Legacy GT has a different pipe on there. It all hooks up the same, so we went ahead and ordered up one for Legacy GT. When that gets here, then we'll be able to finish up all the coolant lines. So, we're gonna wrap this video up. What do you think?
I think it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe,
Hit that bell.
hit the bell,
And like the video.
and like the video. And please leave any comments. We're learning too. This isn't something that we're experts at. We're gonna kind of figure it out, trial and error ourselves. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.